Welcome. And today we'll dive into a couple of great entitled parent stories and their reactions. Coming up we have: my friend's entitled parent thinks I made up my severe allergy, then shames me for throwing up. Dad gets mad that I won't steal from work for him. Entitled mother thinks her child is the exception to the no children allowed rule for a live audio recording. Then, entitled parent calls cops on me and veterinarian for proving I am the legal owner of my rabbit. I just know you will like these stories, so this should be a fun story session. Hi, this is Derek. I just put the drama llama, Fred, back in his pen so that I can do this quick video for you with some of the stuff that Fred found on Reddit earlier today. If this is your first time watching our videos, help me out by watching to the end, and then giving me some feedback in the comment area below. I do respond to every single one, so don't be shy. And if you want more of these videos daily, don't forget to like and subscribe, with notifications turned on for this channel. Oh boy, let's get ready for some stories. The depression of trees posted. My friend's entitled parent thinks I made up my severe allergy, then shames me for throwing up. This happened when I was about 8 years old. And my parents only recently reminded me that this happened. For some background information, I am really allergic to potatoes. They give me blisters all over my mouth and make me violently ill for about 2 days after eating them. Anyway, on to the story. When I was about 8 years old, I was having a sleepover with my best friend. My mom dropped me off at about noon, so I was going to have dinner at their house. My mother specifically told my friend's mother that I was allergic to potatoes, so she could make something without them. When dinner came around, my friend and I went to eat. His mother had made us a casserole. But little did I know, the main ingredient was potatoes. We ate dinner, then went and played until we went to bed. At around midnight, I woke up with my mouth full of bleeding blisters. I ran to the toilet and started violently throwing up. Let me tell you, stomach acid does not feel good on open blisters. I was crying on the floor, blood and puke leaking from my mouth. When the mother walks into the bathroom, she tells me that I need to stop being so dramatic if I want to go anywhere in life, and that allergies aren't real unless you let them. Just a reminder. She's saying this to a crying 8-year-old child, who's dry heaving over the toilet, bleeding from the mouth. She goes back to bed, leaving me in the bathroom for the rest of the night. Morning comes around, my mom comes to pick me up. Through my blistered mouth, I tell her what happened. She goes ballistic. She tells me to go to the car. I can hear her screaming at the other mother from outside. Sufficient to say, that was the last time I ever hung out with my friend at his house. What are your thoughts on the depression of trees' story? Please share in the comments below. Here's how some Reddit members reacted to this story. Latents reacted with: that woman should have been arrested. Yup, it's illegal to do this poop. It's like poisoning someone. She will be accused of murder because it wasn't an accident and did nothing. Yup, had someone do similar to me as a teen. Friend didn't believe that rhubarb made me violently ill. Gave me strawberry rhubarb pie and told me it was strawberry apple. I ate half my piece and was in the bathroom puking my guts out. She claimed she thought I just hadn't tried it in a way I would like. Premeditated murder. She was aware that Op was allergic and cooked potatoes anyways. Purple box kite reacted with: I'd have called the cops for that poop if that was my kid. Even back 15 years when I was a teen, this poop could outright get you charged. She was aware and thought it was a joke. Real good joke explaining how and why you murdered a child cause you wanted to prove wrong. And I am so sorry about the potatoes. My life would be so bland without those beautiful fool, I swear. Drama Ends reacted with: never heard of a potato allergy. My Irish soul weeps for you. Seriously though, F that dimwit biatch with a cactus. Houston Old Baby Boomer reacted with: I would have gone full Scion Mama Bear on that entitled biatch. For deliberately poisoning a child. F that noise. Forest Blade reacted with: well, F must be nice to have this type of confidence. I mean, your mom specifically told her it's potatoes you're allergic to. Not for a second she thought, let's maybe not risk killing my child's friend on the fat chance she has a rare allergy. Definitely would have called the cops. I am so sorry you had this experience. What a bunch of great reactions. Now on to the next story posted by Dr. Doomstick11, who posted Dad gets mad that I won't steal from work for him. This just happened not even 30 minutes ago. For reference, I'm 23 male, a nurse at a hospital that's been pretty overrun with COVID, and as such, we've been pretty short on PPE. I'm eating lunch and trying to watch my show peacefully when my dad interrupts trying to ask me a question. Entitled, Dad, do you guys have gloves at your facility? Me, yeah we do, but we don't have as much as we would like. Entitled, Dad, do you think you could grab a box for us? Me, no, we're already short as is, and other people have been fired for stealing from the hospital. Entitled, Dad, are you telling me what you're not going to do? Me, I'm not losing my job to steal gloves for you when you can buy some at the store. At this point he walks off in a huff, thinking I was being disrespectful for not depriving myself and my coworkers of the supplies we need to protect ourselves. I'm so glad that I'm moving out next month. What are your thoughts on Dr. Doomstick11's story? Please share in the comments below. Here's how some Reddit members reacted to this story. Sonia Juris reacted. Back in my time, kids would respect their parents and commit a crime that'd affect first care providers if asked. Is good on you for refusing. This request was totally unreasonable and quite a-holish. Hope you don't get in trouble with your father for that. Omega Prime 1984 reacted with, can I sincerely say thank you for your hard work? I will never forget your random Reddit stranger for your hard work in the battle against COVID. Stay safe, my friend. Lucy 1986 reacted with, last year, when gloves weren't a problem, I asked a pretty please have a pair because I was dyeing my hair the next day. Got a yes and still left a lil coin in the till to compensate. Calidora Black reacted with, this is why we had to hide all our PPE. Because patients and their families would just steal it. It was the lowest my faith in humanity had been for years. We were already short, and anything that wasn't nailed down or hidden away was stolen. What a bunch of great reactions. Now on to the next story posted by Terrible Wombat, who posted, entitled, Mom thinks her child is the exception to the no children allowed rule for a live audio recording. For context, I used to work for a church as an audio technician and just general hand for weekend services and things. A few years ago the church pulled enough money together to record a live worship session to put on sale. It was a really important thing that had been in the works for months. And in case you don't know, really expensive to do. So the decision was made to not allow children under the age of 12 or 13. Can't remember now exactly. Into this recording service under the logic that kids that young can't be quiet the entire night. With the entire crowd being recorded with a ton of microphones as well. And this was advertised as the rule well in advance. Me, standing at the main entrance welcoming people and explaining what to expect, sees her walk up with her kids. Excuse me ma'am, but children under a certain age aren't allowed in the service tonight. We have activities and alternative arrangements ready for them in the other building. Entitled, Mom. What? Me explains again while still getting stared at. Entitled, Mom, but my kids are really mature and grown up. They will be fine, don't worry. Trying to end the conversation. Me, still somehow being polite. Ma'am, that could probably be true. But if I let your children in, I would have to let other children in who wouldn't be. And they could ruin the recording. I have to apply the rule equally. Entitled, Mom, I don't care about other people's kids. I want my kids with me. Sees my supervisor walking to the door to the audio booth next to me. Hey supervisor, Terrible Wombat won't let my kids come in, but you know they are fine, right? Supervisor. No? You know the rules for tonight. He's right, they can't come in. Entitled, Mom, looks at both of us fuming. Well, if they can't come in, then we are going home. Supervisor and me, that is certainly your right. Entitled, Mom stormed away with embarrassed kids. And we went on with the night without a care in the world. Side note, the CD turned out great and the church raised a lot of money for charity with it. If I recall correctly, it was supporting local drug and alcohol addiction treatment centers. Shout out to all the mad lads trying to dunk on me and turn a fundraiser for drug and alcohol treatment centers into some nasty because religion, I guess? Anyways, good job missing the point. What are your thoughts on Terrible Wombat's story? Please share in the comments below. Here's how some Reddit members reacted to this story. Shabu4545 reacted with, Karen really is something. As far as I'm aware as a believer in Christ, the way that Karen behaved was uncalled for. Christ and God want people to love your fellow neighbors and fellow followers. I understand she wants to share the gospel with her children. But that don't excuse her for thinking her children are accepted from rules. This was a big charity thing designed to help those with addiction. And the church is doing it in a way that spreads God's message and shows His will. The mother shouldn't complain or turn a service of worship away because of one rule. The only person who can bring judgment is God Himself, not the mother in the story. Exactly. And it's not like no one knew about the rule. We made sure that it was heavily talked about for weeks leading up to the event, so people could be aware and make arrangements. Central to Nowhere reacted with, and if word got out to the other entitled moms that one entitled mom got to bring her kids, Monday morning, all the other entitled moms would have been on the phone bitching about it. My rifle is my friend. She knew about the recording. She just wanted her kids to be on it. The way you have to put it to these selfish bitches is in terms where they personally lose something. Ma'am, you can either come in without your kids or you can all leave. By the way, isn't it amazing that the most mature, well-behaved kids are always anything but? What a bunch of great reactions. Now on to the next story posted by Mirko6902, who posted, EP calls cops on me and veterinarian for proving I am the legal owner of my rabbit. Before I start the story, I will tell that the rabbit in this story was extremely tame. She was kicked out of the nest, so I had to bottle feed her a couple weeks. Loyal, and she listened to me like a dog. This made it so that I would be able to walk with her in public and even forest without her fleeing from me. She always had on a harness when I walked with her and I had a leash. Now onto the story. So I was walking with my rabbit, from here on out referred to as M, to the veterinarian, from here on out referred to as V, to get her bi-yearly anticoccidial shot because she had gotten it at young age. And it was the best way to prevent a secondary infection of it. When I was not even 5 minutes away from veterinarian when it happened at my rabbit. Entitled mom, and her kid, EK, walked by. The kid suddenly tried to pick up my rabbit. She only allowed me to do it and bit everyone else, who almost succeeded. She luckily got away from the kid and ran toward me and started stomping. Entitled mom walked up to me and said thank you for stopping my kid's rabbit. I absolutely dumbfounded because this reaction instantly picked my rabbit up and put the leash on her harness. Just in case. Excuse me, his rabbit. Entitled mom, yes, his rabbit, now hand him over. Wait, what gender did you say it is? My rabbit was female? Entitled mom, a boy, now hand him over before I call the cops. Having chipped my rabbit in case this exact thing happened. So, I can tell you won't leave me alone. Let's head to the veterinarian to check if she is chipped. Then we know who is her owner. Entitled mom, it's an he. Anna, don't accept this, just hand him over or I'll call the cops. The cops will tell you the exact same thing I just did if I tell them. She is chipped. We will also go to the veterinarian to check. I start walking with the veterinarian with my rabbit held tightly to my body. Entitled mom and her kid, following me. At the veterinarian's clinic, I check my rabbit in for her appointment. And don't have to wait a second because the delay I got dealing with entitled mom and her kid. Veterinarian asks me why I brought entitled mom and her kid. I can't even start my sentence because entitled mom yells, "It is not his rabbit, it's my son's." Veterinarian, oh I see, I will get the chip reader to check the legal owner. My rabbit's chip is controlled and veterinarian asks for all of our IDs and surprise I come out as the legal owner. Entitled mom and her kid angrily walk out the clinic and I and veterinarian start the appointment. I was about to leave when a couple of cops and someone from the wildlife ambulance walk in with entitled mom and her kid. Cop 1: we got a report of a stolen rabbit. Veterinarian instantly says this is a false report, we already read the chip and found the person who is the legal owner. The wildlife ambulance man then says that is why I am here. It's good you say you already checked the chip, so I will do the same from a neutral position. I and the veterinarian instantly accept this and let him check, but entitled mom intervened. Wildlife ambulance man says, ma'am, if you don't let me do my job you will be charged with struggling against procedure. Entitled mom, but in the time it took for you to come they could have implanted a chip for this reason. Wildlife ambulance man, ma'am, it would take 1 hour to implant and put in the correct data for that, let me do my job. The chip in everyone's it gets checked, and guess what happened? I was found to be the legal owner. And I got asked to press charges, which I happily did. And got a compensation that was almost enough for the appointment. The end. This has happened 5 years ago, and since then my rabbit has died, luckily of age, 1 year ago. And I was thinking back of our moments together. And I remembered this story. I hope you liked it. And have a nice day. What are your thoughts on Mirko6902's story? Please share in the comments below. Here's how some Reddit members reacted to this story. Grimlock Greg. Seriously question. Why and how do you take it on a walk? Do you carry him, or is he slowly walking beside you with a little harness? In places I considered safe, she happily hopped alongside me, and in unsafe places I held her. My granddaughter has a bunny that she walks with a harness and leash. We even take him camping with us, just make sure he's in a cage at night so he's safe from roaming predators. He's so cute hopping alongside her. There's a local guy in my town who has such an obedient rabbit, it doesn't even have any leash or harness. Just follows its owner and knows commands. Super cute duo. Riblet Tiger reacted with, that was a word salad I could not chew. Like a bunch of paper clips thrown together in a bag and shaken violently. King Lightning 07 reacted with, this story is both funny because of the irony the entitled parent faces in the end. Cute because of how you said the bunny moved around, hopping beside you as you walk. And sad because how you mention this story is a memory in my words, something you have just recently reminisced about. And decided to, you know what, F it, I'll tell this story to a bunch of Karen haters. And Karen storytellers, if you know what I mean. And finally, some of Most Fears reacted with, interesting story, not sure why someone would try to steal a bunny on a leash. I certainly wouldn't. Well, there you have it. A perfectly great set of reactions from a bunch of upstanding citizens. Help support this channel by smashing the like and subscribe buttons. And hit that silly little bell as well to ensure you get the latest videos as they come out. Fred is always finding stuff for me to post regularly. So this is Derek signing off. Thanks for watching. Good grief, it sounds like Fred is out of his pen again. He must have found more stories for me to share with you. See you soon.